live. Okay, so it says I'm live. So that's great. That's great. Um, hey, I don't know how this works. But I just went live. Okay, so this is like an impromptu live. Like I did not anticipate doing this, but I just had to do it. So just so that we know, I am actually frying fish, doing fish and fries tonight. So I have my fish here. And if you're curious, I am trying to get this link up here so that people on Instagram know that I'm live. So I'm trying to let you guys know that I'm on live. So I'm going to put the link here so you guys can see it. So you can join too. Yes. But I'm going live on YouTube, so you can click this link so you can be there. So what I wanted to talk about is like give you an update on Judah's language. Okay, so we are coming up on um we're coming up on Judah's birthday. He's about to be 2. And I don't know if you've noticed, but just in videos that I've posted of Judah, you probably have noticed that Judah doesn't really say anything outside of like dada. And that's pretty much all he says. He doesn't really, he doesn't really, I don't know. I can't really recall when Cruz started talking, like legitimately talking, like what age it was. But I just feel like for Judah to already almost be 2, he should be saying something more than like still making these little baby sounds. I don't know. He should be saying something pretty much is what I'm saying. And he isn't. And so it's got me like really concerned. So I just kind of wanted to give an update on that as far as like what we're doing to help him and assist him with his language development. Let me just go ahead and do all of these. So one thing that I'm doing now is I'm definitely cutting out all of his screen time. Well, not all of it, but getting it back down to where it was supposed to be. So the APA actually suggests that kids don't really get any TV and screen time till they're like 18 months, 18 to 24 months. And if you introduce them to TV and stuff like that earlier, that they would suggest that you keep it down to like 30 minutes. So we started with the screen time probably as early as 3 months, but that was just more so like in 10-minute increments then, because we were trying to get Judah to do his tummy time because he did not like tummy time. And so it was our way of like getting him to not cry and cooperate during tummy time. So that's another lesson that I wanted to highlight, in that sometimes we'll do things to like it made Quentin and I very uncomfortable that he was crying and he didn't enjoy tummy time. So since he didn't enjoy tummy time, we were like, oh well, like here's a Coco Melon, watch this, and this is kind of, and just let him watch it just to get us through. And then now he's just like addicted to TV. And he's not addicted to TV, but I mean that's what it feels like. It feels like he's addicted to TV. But the downside to it is, again, studies have shown that children, I don't know if I put garlic on this or onion powder. Oh, this is like terrible. But children that are that young, like if you give them too much screen time, they will not learn how to talk. And see, that's where we are with Judah. Like Judah isn't speaking on the level of which he should. So typically for a 2-year-old, it varies for every speech pathologist, for every pediatrician. But typically a 2-year-old should speak anywhere from some say 100 to 200 words. Some say 50 to 250. Some say 75 to 225. So it varies, but most do agree that by 2, your child should be saying 2 words. So they should be saying mommy up, daddy open, dad open. They should be saying 2 words together. And Judah isn't consistently saying 1 word, let alone saying 2 together. And so it's kind of like, oh, it's really scary, because I'm like, clearly he's smart. We know that. He clearly has it. He has receptive language, which receptive language is important, an important skill for babies to have, because that lets you know that the child actually understands what you're saying. So he understands what we're saying. It's just he isn't speaking. And so this is just kind of like, I guess, a warning to other parents, like, slow down with the screen time. Like, don't give your kids device. Now, if it's in the process of you're doing it because you're giving yourself a break, like sometimes I don't have a choice. If I'm here at the house by myself and it's just me and Judah, and I gotta cook or something, like I throw on, trolls or something that he likes to watch to keep him content so I can cook. I mean, it's very difficult to do anything at home when you have a freaking toddler. But at the same time, what actually worked for me this week, instead of putting him on the TV, well, the TV was on in the background, I actually included him in cooking the meal. I mean, it took longer and I had more of a mess at the end, but it did kind of break up him spending all that time watching TV. But pretty much what I'm trying to do now is decrease significantly his time that he's watching TV. So I'm trying to get him down to like maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day, so he's not watching TV all the time. And I'm trying to get him back with face-to-face communication, like getting his face, getting on his level, and reading to, not reading to him, but talking to him so that he can see my, how the words are forming and he can understand. Because yeah, that's where we are. I know that when I go to the doctor, like I was kind of offended when the doctor was like, "Oh, well, he's kind of like he's late," and I was like, "Who late?" That was at the 18-month checkup, so I already know that when I go in October for his 2-year-old checkup, that they're going to be like, "Oh, so yeah, we're probably going to have to look into other things like a speech therapist or getting him some additional help because he is delayed in his speech." So yeah, just a tip to you, parents. I know I have some parents that follow me, and you have a toddler, like try to cut down on that time because it's very detrimental to their language development. They don't actually learn how to talk. So that's a update, and that's where we are. So for the past 2 days, Judah really hasn't had any. Well, since he started school here at the house, he hasn't really had any screen time, and he's been having more one-on-one help, more face-to-face interaction, repeating words. And since he isn't at the level of like 2 years old, we have to start with where he is. So we're trying to repeat and, just constantly being repetitive and saying like the same word over and over, but, in short phrases so he understands. So if you are watching any of my Instagram, stories, if you ever hear me talking to him, I'm talking in that like not in like baby language, in that voice, because babies like to hear that sing-songy type voice and it kind of interests them. So I'm always talking animated on my stories when I'm talking to Judah so that he can pick up what I'm saying. So like I just recently posted about apples and I was like, apple, like talking like that actually helps the kids learn. So giving them that one thing and talking like that. But y'all, it is very difficult, as I was saying before, to to be that intentional and to spend like every waking moment trying to find a word that goes with what you're currently doing, like cooking. Oh, open the door. Like Quentin just opened the door. That's why I was saying that. But we have to be intentional about doing it, and it's just time consuming. So if you would love to just like leave me anything that you are doing at home with your kids, I already know that doctors always give you the advice of narrate what you're doing for your kids. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what they're doing. Point things out to them and stuff like that. And we're doing all of that. But if you have any other suggestions, please feel free to leave some suggestions as to like what we could possibly do, because we're doing the best that we can, and obviously that's not good enough. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, we're doing the best that we can. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get on because I do have to do a weekly live, and I wanted to give an update on where we are with Judah. And so, that's really all that I had. We had a really good time at Toddler Time today. We went to Toddler Time earlier today, and Judah was able to jump, and he actually jumped this time. So I have some footage coming coming with that was actually exciting. I think Quentin had way more fun than Judah did though, because like I don't know who I was taking to jump. I don't know if I was taking Quentin to the trampoline park or taking Judah, because a couple of times Judah was just like chilling and tired, but Quentin was like still jumping, like, and I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I took out on a date today, but both of them really enjoyed themselves. It was fun, and when we got back, we were like all tired, so we went to sleep. So it was fun, much needed. So today, I'd say that it was a productive at home preschool day today, and I look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, he'll have his first art project, which he'll be doing apples, because we're learning about apples, and we're going to paint. So I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were in school, our teachers did the little like the painting prints with the apples. So I'm going to get some apples and have them, and then let him put some in some red paint, and then he's going to make like a picture with the apples. So I'm really excited, because this is going to be his first little art thing. I hope that he doesn't make much of a mess. I'm trying to figure out exactly in the house where to do it, because as you know, I have anxiety when it comes to mess and stuff. And so I'm trying to figure out where would be a good spot to do it where, I won't have to clean up that much. But yeah, more power to me with that. So yeah, that's how that goes. Cruz is having a lovely time at school, even though he always seems to find people at school to be friends with that I'm like, oh, why do you have to hang out with those kids? Or you can't find other friends. But he's doing well or whatnot. He had to do iReady today, which I was kind of surprised, but he's been doing really good. And, he has a goal, and I had to kind of remind him of choices, and how your choices that you make every day is what makes that goal possible. And so, like my YouTube, the reason that we're here and we're going live now is because I have a goal that I need to meet at the end of this year. And the only way I'm going to meet that is if my daily tasks that I do every day line up with what that goal is. And so I was stressing that to Cruz the other day. So all in all, that's where we are. Again, if you have any suggestions on like things that we could do, especially if you're a speech pathologist, or a speech therapist, or I don't know. If you're somebody that can help me better serve and support my son Judah in his delayed speech, please help me, because I'm seriously feeling like a failure right now. So, and that's not good. So I would appreciate it if you guys can assist. But I don't want to keep you any longer. I'm almost done with this batter, and I'm about to go and fry, put my first batch in. So it's been lovely. If you guys have any questions, or you have any ideas for what we can talk about in the next live, I'm going to just do like life updates as I go, because Lord knows I don't have any idea what else to do. But I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much for your time. And until next time, I hope that you have a great day. Take care of yourself. Bye. End stream.